this episode, you will learn about causative verbs. First of all, what are causative verbs? We use causative verbs when someone or something cause something to happen. It means we let someone to do something, we force someone to do something, someone cause an action to happen. These are called causative verbs. In English language, there are 5 causative verbs: have, let, gave, held, and make. These are 5 causative verbs in English. Let's start the first one. The first one is called have. Just pay attention. Each causative verbs has their own usage. The first one is have. Let's come to that, where we can use have in our sentences as a causative verb. To authorize someone to do something. It means to give power someone to do something. And there's a structure for that. We should use this structure to make causative verb. Subject plus have plus the person plus verb. This is the structure. Like this example, the president had his secretary make copies of the report. Now, what is the verb in here? Had. It is the causative verb, the second form of have. Or another example, I will have my students to write their homework. See, in here we have will have. We use will have. It means we can use have each form of the verb in here. This is called causative verb. The second one is let. What is the use of let? Let means to allow someone to do something, to give permission for someone to do something. We should use let. This is the structure: subject plus let plus person plus verb. First form of the verb, base form of the verb, or also it's called bare infinitive. He let me drive his new car. Now, what is the causative verb in here? Let is the causative verb. It means he let me, he allowed me to drive his new car. Or another example, I let my students write while I'm explaining. This is also for what? Causative verb. Let means to allow someone to do something. Okay, the third causative verb, which is called make. Where we can use it? We make to force or require someone to do something. It is for what? Make. It means to force someone to do something. It's called what? Make. Like this structure that we have: subject plus make plus person plus verb. It's called base form of the verb or bare infinitive. Like this example, there is no example I am going to tell you already. For example, I make my students to write their homeworks. It means I force my students to write their homeworks. This is for what? Make. Or my father makes me cry. My father makes me cry. This is for what? Make. Fourth one is get. Where we can use get. To convince someone to do something or to persuade someone to do something. We can have get in here. Like this structure: subject plus get plus person plus to plus verb. Just pay attention. When you have the causative verb that is called get, after that we will have to. Yes, that is called infinitive. You must have to plus base form of the verb. Like this example, the students got the teacher to dismiss class early. It means the students convince or persuade who? The teacher to dismiss the class early. See here we have got, after that we have what? To. It's called infinitive. Or when you use get, it means to persuade someone to do something. The last one is what? Help. Where we can use help. Help to assist someone. Yes, help means to assess. Yes, like this example, help plus person plus verb. It means before verb, again there is a subject. We should use subject plus help plus person plus base form of the verb. Like these two examples that I have written here, I helped him to write the report. See, For give, we must have to before the verb. For help, there are two options. It means it is optional to use to before the verb or not. Like these two examples, I helped. Now, help is one of the causative verbs. Him, it is the person. To write, we have to plus verb is called infinitive. We have infinitive after help. And another example also you can say, I helped him write. And here we have bare infinitive. It means there are two ways for using help, but for give we should have to, but for three of them there is no to before the verbs. These were all about causative verbs. I hope that you have understood and learned something about this episode of drama lesson. If there is any question, just write in their comment. Have a nice